So, I mean, what did you put down?
I didn't put anything.
Nice job.
That's what I was talking about. I really wanted is good food.
Yeah. It tasted great.
Chicken
Parm was terrific. Yes.
That's a compliment, Stoney.
Yes.
Just like complimentary football.
I assume that they want money.
Well, yeah, because it's obviously you can
Because it's
add the
before
tip.
the total.
Yes, you can add that to the compliment to the kitchen and then come up with your total. It's a lot of math.
I know.
You don't have to eat anymore. I don't know really what to say about it other than, you know what, it's what happened to just doing your job.
Yeah.
I
I know times are tough. I get all that stuff.
Right, and hey,
So maybe in these
thanks for showing up to work. Like, you go to a lot of places and they're understaffed, and I get it, but it's because people don't want to work.
Now maybe thanks to, these uncertain times, maybe
It's still uncertain.
Yeah, it's not. It's still uncertain. It's less uncertain than it was before, but maybe the restaurant itself wants to sit there and listen. Here's the deal. We're going to divvy up the tips and give some more to the kitchen staff.
Well, they divvy up the tip.
Right. Exactly. That's up to them.
Yeah.
To
They
me.
compliment to the.
I mean, the whole thing behind tipping is the fact that waitresses are not even making minimum wage.
Right, and they give money to the busboys and things like that.
Right.
The kitchen staff, for the most part, is paid a wage.
Yes.
An hourly wage that's pretty decent usually. Depends on where you're at, obviously.
Right. And when you sign up, you know what you're making. When you sign up as a waiter or a waitress, you know what you're making.
Right.
And then the rest is how good can you do your job and how nice are you going to be?
Right.
How patient can you be?
Now maybe this is an occurrence. I mean, this is not a fancy restaurant, but it's not a run-of-the-mill place either. I mean, the place was very crowded on a Wednesday night. That was really good to see. The food was excellent. In fact, we're having our graduation, celebration with our roommates and their parents there as well. So I like the bread. I just
Yeah.
found it weird.
Yeah. Optional compliment to our kitchen. Enjoy the soup.
Soup was good.
A little too well done on the steak.
Enough steak, but
No, I know.
I know.
It's
Right, exactly.
not a compliment, so I guess I couldn't put that.
What is the strangest thing you had to deal with? Whether it's a tipping situation, just in a restaurant, something like this, or anything. You ever service been that bad that you didn't tip?
Oh, sure. That's happened before. It's not anything that happens that often. I always, I always start at 15%. Like, if it's just average service, it's 15%. If it's good, and it doesn't have to be that much better, it just has to be kind of personable and nice. Get a couple of refills. It's 50% at a minimum.
Right.
I had an instance where I was down in one of the Carolinas. I think it was South Carolina, and it took us. It was a party of us of about 4 couples, and it took us probably 3 hours to get through this meal because we couldn't find a waiter, he wouldn't bring the right food, all this stuff. So we ended up not leaving a tip. And then as we were leaving, the waiter came out and asked what the problem was, why we had a problem. And so he asked, as we know, I can be very straightforward.
Kind of like the referee job.
Yes, I just
You were terrible. Did you say you were terrible?
I said you sucked.
You say it like
Yeah, and he, wanted to know why. I said, it is 11 o'clock. We arrived at 7:30. Like, we had plans to do something after. We didn't get to it because you couldn't bring out the right food. You couldn't bring out, anything on time, and we couldn't even find you. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to pay for that service. And, we left. There wasn't much of a confrontation. Wasn't looking for a confrontation. It just was honest. He asked my opinion.
You're right. Or
No, he just kind of left in a huff, threw the receipt up in the air, and took off. Okay. Yes, I told him.
I have never not left a tip. I don't think I've ever done below 10%. I just haven't. No matter what happens, in the end, I have a tough time doing that.
Yeah, unless
I don't know what it is.
The other issue that we had,
because you shouldn't if it's bad service. That's ridiculous. 3.5 hours.
Oh yeah, and the other issue was, we kept asking, when are the appetizers going to come? When is the salad going to come? When is the dinner going to come? And it would be half an hour before he would come back and say, oh well, it's on its way or this or whatever. And then we asked finally for the bill, and guess what showed up in a matter of seconds?
Yeah.
The bill. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, little things like if you order either soup or salad before your dinner, and soup or salad comes with your dinner,
See, I don't order.
that pisses me off a little bit.
Yeah, but
So I'm still not going to not give them a tip.
Right, but no, what you got to do is you order. All right, say you're going to start with an appetizer. You order that, and then the rest of it, you just say, I'm gonna wait to order. I'm still looking at the menu, whatever. Then you order your salad, and you say, well, I'm still waiting on to figure out what I want for the entree. That way, you can control the speed at which it comes, because you don't have to sit there and as you're trying to finish up your appetizer, all of a sudden your salad's there. And suddenly you're trying to finish your salad, all of a sudden your food's there, and you don't know, should I finish the salad and let my food get cold?
Yeah, that's why I like it as an appetizer, basically.
Right.
Soup or salad should be like an appetizer. All right, some ticket text 248-539-9797. Waitress should split the tip with the cook.
That's all in how they handle
right.
it.
That's their business.
Yeah.
That cook's probably making $15 an hour.
Probably, at least. Especially in a good restaurant.
Oh,
yes.
hey, I'm saying, I'm
Yeah.
going down to even the chains and stuff.
Right.
See how that's fair.
I
And
always-
the server's making $3.
Yeah. I always ask who gets the tip. I tip the wait staff in cash, and if it's shared, I put it on the tab. Okay? Here in Tallahassee, that's not a question. Here in Tallahassee, there's a restaurant called Table 23 that allows you to pay for a round of beers for the kitchen. It's not on their seat, but the actual menu that they add to your bill with the rest of the food and beverages you purchase.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Give you an option. Yeah.
Why do you keep knocking the workers? They're not the ones putting these extra lines on it. You should be talking about the owners and paying their employees more money. You're correct.
Yeah.
You're correct. Absolutely.
Workers didn't have that line.
Right. I don't think I'm criticizing the workers. I just don't I've never seen something I've never seen before. Maybe I just don't go to fancy enough restaurants, I guess. But maybe that's not the case. Most tips get split between the waiters and the kitchen staff.
Okay.
We can't start tipping the whole restaurant. Restaurants need to pay their people more. Don't rely on your patrons to tip out. The greeter and the wait staff and the busboy and the dishwasher and the chef and the cleaning, pay them more.
Yeah.
I mean, there's soon going to be a line. Would you like how we said hello to you?
Yes.
Compliments to the maitre d'.
Yes.
I mean, there are, the fancy restaurants where there's lines, you give the people give the maitre d', the $20 handshake or $3 handshake, really fancy. So I've never done that,
Yeah.
but I remember when I was a kid, there's a place in Miami, Joe Stone Crabs, it's very famous.
Yes.
And we used to go when I was a kid frequently, I'm talking a little, and we'd sit there, and I was amazed that we'd get there after these people, and we would get served, and these other people were still waiting, and I'd always couldn't understand why. And it was explained to me that Uncle Ben had a little money in the handshake.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, 248-539-9797. We'll take some calls, some texts, and, ladies and gentlemen, Two Man Slam coming up at 7:25. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using the code STONY, and your first wager is risk-free up to $1,000. When you register with BetMGM, you get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. Plus, you'll earn BetMGM rewards points that can be redeemed for online online bonuses or converting to comps for rooms, restaurants, and more at over 20 MGM resorts in Las Vegas and nationwide. Download the BetMGM app today or go to BetMGM.com and enter the code STONY. Place your first wager risk-free. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager. Michigan only. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable free bets or site credit. Free bets expire 7 days from issuance. gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. Excludes Michigan Disassociated.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by D.A. Alexander and Company. Dealing with flooding on the drive this morning. Also a number of potholes causing flat tires. 275 southbound at M1496 all the way down to Michigan Avenue. At this time, only the left lane is open at the interchange. There's also a crash blocking the right side of 96 Jeffries westbound at Newburgh. Are you ready to create your future? D.A. Alexander is an award-winning outdoor design business, and they have positions open in all departments. You'll love creating beautiful environments while earning up to $27 an hour. Visit DAAlexander.com to discover what working for the best feels like. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply.
Speed. We're all obsessed with it, especially when it comes to our internet. Luckily, Xfinity delivers gig speed to more homes than anyone. And not only that, but our gig tier is faster than AT&T's. And with gig speed over Wi-Fi, that means faster speeds all over the house for streaming,
Oh my God,
or gaming. Whatever you need speed for, you'll get more. Plus, Xfinity now has speed options up to 3 gigs. That's 3 times faster than AT&T.
Now that is fast.
You're obsessed with speed. Good thing Xfinity is too. Can your internet do that? Learn about gig Wi-Fi or get started with Xfinity Internet for $25 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, ask about gig speed 3 times faster than AT&T. Go online and call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with a stored bank account. Ends 2/2022. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig speed Wi-Fi requires gigabit internet and compatible X-Fi gateway. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed. 3 gig service requires customized installation.
Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers keep you up to date with what's happening in the D. This week, need to get away? Check out our list of the best weekend vacations right here in Michigan. For more stories like these, head over to ChevyDetroit.com.
Don't wait for the weekend to let the fun begin. Get things started with a brand new car, truck, or SUV from your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Whether you're north, south, east, or west, your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers are in your neighborhood. From their impressive family of SUVs to the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever, your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers will put you in the driver's seat. So hurry in and make every day the weekend with a brand new Chevy from your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. Inside District Detroit on the second floor of Hockeytown is a unique broadcast and recording studio. Music Town. It's the intersection of music, sports, news, and unique experiences. Powered by your Metro Detroit Ram truck dealers. MusicTownDetroit.com.
Introducing Venture X, Capital One's new travel card for people always asking,
Where next?
you earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details. TrackPhone wants to know, are you an influencer? A big live streamer? No? Then guess what? You don't need an endless data plan. Get just the right amount of data with TrackPhone's $40 unlimited talk and text smartphone plan. Now with 8 gigs of high-speed data and unlimited carryover on America's largest, most dependable network, now with 5G. Get the data you need at the price you want. TrackPhone Wireless. Now you're in control. Available at major retailers. 5G compatible device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at TrackPhone.com.
With thousands of dollars in new tax credits this year, Jackson Hewitt understands there's a lot at stake this tax season. We have 102 reasons to switch to a Jackson Hewitt Tax Pro, like giving you $100 just to switch. So that's 100. Then we'll track down every last tax credit so you get every dollar you deserve. That's 101. Finally, we guarantee you'll get your biggest refund. That's 102. Want to discover 103? Book an appointment at a participating location near you. Offer ends March 6th. Available at participating retail locations for new clients only. Mention this ad when filing. Terms apply. Visit JacksonHewitt.com for details. Get help managing your money for the life and years ahead with Fidelity Income Planning. services number NYSE SIPC.
Get the latest sports news and inside information about Michigan and Michigan State on the 5 Star Zone with Rico Beard. Download it today on the Odyssey app. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Stoney and Jansen.
97.1 The Ticket. I went out to dinner last night. Nice restaurant, had a good time. Got the bill, had the subtotal, the tip amount. And then I signed another line that I thought was a total, but it says optional compliment to our kitchen. And I'd never seen that before. And on the table. So, talking about the tipping and.
Was the food good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Compliment to our kitchen. Yes, your kitchen is very nice. Could have said, bathrooms were great.
Oh, were they?
Yes.
Do you judge a restaurant by its bathrooms?
I think it helps.
Yeah.
You know, by the ply of the toilet paper, if that's where you have to go. If the water at the sink, you know, you turned it
Good
on.
pressure,
it
the
was
soap.
warm. The soap was right there. I think that's important. I really do. We got the 2 Grand Slam coming up at 7:25. But before that, let's say good morning to Curtis. Calling us in Shelby Township. How you doing, Curtis?
Great. Yeah, this one time I went to this fancy restaurant, but I was only about really young. We were like 19, 20 years old. Waitress treated us like crap. Busboy was bringing us stuff that we were asking for. So I asked him to call the manager over. Manager comes over. I told the busboy to come back, and he was in the 20. Then there was a restaurant where they have a crayon on the table, and you can write on the paper.
Yeah.
Wrote on there, this is the tip you get. Put a big circle and put a penny in the middle. Says they wrote food was great, service sucked, busboy was awesome. And I told the manager, I said, lift this off and take it to the back and show those guys. But I had him bring the waitress over, and I pointed at it. I said, can you read that? And we got up and left.
Wow. Why was she so bad?
Yeah, what was so bad about it?
The same thing with what John said. You know, food come out late. We've got, you ask for a salad with no dressing, comes out with ranch all over it. Just absolutely terrible. And plus, we were young, so she's like, "Oh, I'm going to get a crappy tip off the guy." The bill was like about $150, and I was just like, I looked right at her. So I'm an awesome tipper, and you just screwed up, lady. There's your tip, 1 penny.
Wow. Well, thanks, Curtis. Appreciate it. Let's say good morning to Lamont here on 97.1 The Ticket. Calling us from Belleville. What's up, Lamont?
Bro, your waitresses do not cook the food. Your waiters do not cook the food. The cooks do. The cooks get an hourly wage.
Yeah.
That's what the waitress gets. They get your tip for the service of someone else's job. And guess what they have to do? They have to smile through all the BS of the back of the house, and they have to smile through all the BS and projections of entitled people, and still get a $5 tip off of a two-top. $2.50 per person? Hello, that's not enough, especially for $3.50 an hour their wage, because they get tips. And then people come in and it'd be a 10 top, and they tip $10 for 10 people. That's $1 a head. They need to tip at least $3 a head. Come on now, people. Y'all need to learn more tipping, because our waitresses, they are overworked. They are doing meal preps. They are doing to-go. They are doing hosting. Not to mention, some of them got a bunch of tables. They're only being paid $3.50 an hour. Most of the time, they're younger. You don't even care if they're older. They have bills to pay. So that guy's circling a penny on something and giving them that. Guess what? That person just lost out on some money for their bill or whatever dream and goal that they may have to set up their future. So people, when you go out to eat, take some extra money, because your waitress only gets paid $3.50. And there will be some people that will be a-holes and find something that they're dissatisfied with just so they can tip less.
Let me ask you a real quick question here, Lamont. The previous caller was saying his service was so bad, that's why he did
1.4 miles, turn right onto Northwestern Highway.
Guess what? The service was probably bad because it was probably some other person that came in and was being an a-hole. Now that person has to fight through it all and still be all smiles and giggles to the next customer and give their best. And guess what? That customer may be a-holes as well.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all energy-based, too.
All right.
How are you supposed to keep giving your best performance if people are treating you horribly?
All right. Thanks, Lamont. Appreciate it. Now time.
It's the 2 Grand Slam.
Jam your earbuds.
What's up? Hello. Hello. Driver. Yeah. The roads aren't that bad right now. It's just flat. My frickin' front yard is a lake. Our front yard is like the lowest in the neighborhood. I have a storm drain right on the lawn up towards the front that normally drains it, but all the snow is piled up on it, so it's plugged it. And now there's like 1.5 foot of water all the way to my front door just now. It's going to be an ice rink. Somehow get a ice pick or something and try to chip it away and see if I can get it to drain. I have to, right after we get home, hopefully it's not freezing already. So, what's the plan? You're not going to be marking anything. Figure I'll go measure it, take some pictures, and have to go back and mark them. I've switched mine around, so I'm not starting on Ashton. I'm starting on towards the bottom, I think. On my Detroit list, I think I'm starting towards the bottom of it, instead of going from the top. I mapped it out myself, so it's going to be, first one I'm going to is Hubble. Got a couple of Hubbles. Work my way up, because it goes from, and they map them out, it's like it goes in a circle. So I like to go from the south north. See how many we get done. I don't think it'll be many. Oh, okay. Yeah. Which one are you gonna do? Okay. Dick's Toledo, I already did that, didn't I? I think I'm gonna probably try to cut out around 11:30 and start heading back. What's that? Who's all in this meeting? Is it just us? I think we got all the other lists done, so I think it's just this Detroit one. Yeah. Not too bad. That was March, I think. We didn't get this many, I don't think, that early. The biggest list I got was like 110. Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, I'm sure I'll see you down there. Oh yeah. Okay. Bye.
miles, take exit 12 toward Grand River Avenue, NM5. Use the right lane to take exit 12 toward Grand River Avenue, NM5.
Yeah, it definitely drew more eyeballs. The races were probably better.
Yeah. All right. So what are you thinking? Not one of our favorites. Basketball players out there. LeBron James, Cleveland for a while. They got the finals once, but it's laid down. Anyway.
Take the exit, then turn left onto Grand River Avenue.
Comes back. Cleveland, Savior, and gives the city their first championship. Whatever.
Go past this light. Then at the next one, turn left onto Grand River Avenue.
Because Matthew Stafford, he's only 32 years old.
Turn left.
33. I had 5 years left.
I'll say 34.
5 years left.
Yeah, I'd say 5.
In 1.8 miles, turn right onto Hubble Street.
Probably, if it continues to stay.
1 year, look what it's got.
Yep, he is under contract at the end of this upcoming season.
Hypothetically, say that 8,000 times. Hypothetically, after this season, the Lions improve a decent amount, but they don't want to pay for Jared Goff, and it's obvious by whatever the Rams do that Stafford is still better than Goff. Would you entertain the thought Matthew Stafford with LeBron James? I'm not suggesting that Matthew Stafford is the same class as LeBron James talent. Okay, so get that out of your head. Would you be in favor of Stafford coming back, finishing his career here, and trying to get the Lions to the promised land?
I look at this as I have when Matthew Stafford was traded. At the time, would he be the best option available if he does hit the free agent market? What other quarterbacks would be available at that time? And you don't see, in terms of free agency, quarterbacks become available unless they have floundered around a little bit,
right?
Like a Jameis Winston.
Exactly.
That's a good example.
In 1 mile, turn right
so
onto Hubble Street.
He is
And if
a
there's no
free
young,
agent.
and there's no young quarterback,
There's no young quarterback in the draft. Honestly, it wouldn't matter to me if there's a young quarterback in the draft or not. You could still draft a quarterback. You could still sign a free agent quarterback.
he's a good guy to learn from.
He would be. If he gives the Lions the best chance going into the 2023 season, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, me too.
I have no issue. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, Matthew Stafford can come back to be a Detroit Lion. It's just a football player that can help the Lions win.
Well, I think it's a little more than that, but
Well, it is. It will be for a lot of fans. I'm just saying from my perspective.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool as hell if you thought that he could be that piece, like Sean McVay and Les Snead thought, to take the Lions to that level.
Okay.
Now, who knows if he will? Now, there was There's a lot of talk this offseason in baseball before everything got shut down that the Tigers might welcome and Justin Verlander might want to come back to finish his career as a Tiger. He still could. I think his deal with the Astros is going to be for 1 year, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 year. And people have no problem with that, right?
I don't think anybody would have any issue with him coming back.
No, not at all. Who would you rather have come back, Stafford or Verlander?
Well, if we're talking about, basically in the same year, it's going to happen. I think that there's probably more left in the tank for Matthew Stafford than there would be for, and again, I'm just looking at it as, can this individual help the Tigers? Can this individual help the Lions get to where we all want them to get to? And I think it's Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, with Verlander, we don't know how he's going to pitch this year coming off.
In a quarter mile, the destination is on your right.
How he's going to be coming off the injury.
13209 Hubble Street.
Yeah, I mean, you got to see him pitch. I do think there's still maybe something to the fact that he would want to come back here.
Maybe not even as a starter. Maybe as a reliever.
But based on the 1 year deal, that's kind of a tell that.
Yes.
But maybe that was, hey, I'm getting a lot of money, but there's no way they can commit long term because of his health.
Yeah.
But I find it interesting because I look, first off, it would be far fetched for Stafford to actually achieve free agency.
Yes.
Yes, it's very unlikely that he enters, free agency, especially after this, but it all depends on salary cap. It depends on him wanting to sign an extension with the Rams.
Maybe McVay comes back, this year, but not
they
the
run it
following
back
year.
one more time.
Right.
There's a lot of indications that they're going to push one more year.
Right. The last dance.
So then, what do they franchise him? Is that you could argue that's the best thing for the Rams to do is to franchise him for 2 years and then let him walk at 37. Not get committed.
Right.
I mean, there's some
I'd have
chatter
to look at those numbers.
There's some chatter online, especially the first year. It wouldn't be that bad to franchise.
Right.
There's some online chatter of him getting an extension this offseason, but there's not a ton of talk about this. I was looking at some of this yesterday, and I was surprised that he's entering the last year of his deal. So I just thought, I'm